What if you're already in a relationship and you're starting to feel the anxiety-provoking effects of those red flags you were wanting to excuse or overlook early on, hoping your love for that person could change them? Today, we're talking about how to protect your well-being by setting healthy boundaries and finding the strength to walk away if those boundaries aren't respected.
This is the second video in our three-part Taylor series on anxious attachment, relationships, and boundaries. In our first video, we followed Taylor as they navigated early dating and began to spot some red flags. Today, we'll pick up with Taylor, who's now in an established relationship with Jordan and facing challenges that call for strong boundaries and self-respect.
And in our next video, we'll look at what Taylor learns about green flags in healthy relationships and how they build a vision of what they want moving forward. But first, let's dive into what it's like when Taylor's in a relationship that's starting to feel more like an emotional drain than a safe, supportive space.
Taylor's relationship with Jordan is at a point where those early red flags are starting to affect their day-to-day life. While Taylor feels drawn to Jordan and cares deeply for them, they're also starting to notice patterns that keep them feeling anxious and insecure. At this stage, Taylor realizes that setting boundaries is essential, not just to make this relationship work, but to protect their own peace.
The first boundary Taylor sets is around consistent connection. Taylor notices that one of their biggest needs is spending intentional time together, something they realize that Jordan hasn't been fully committed to. So Taylor brings it up, saying, "I feel secure when we have a regular date night each week and check in daily. It helps me feel connected and reassured." Setting this boundary gives Taylor clarity about what they need to feel valued. They're not demanding anything from Jordan. They're simply expressing what makes them feel connected and secure. It's also an important step for Taylor in learning to communicate needs openly without feeling like they have to apologize for wanting connection.
Another boundary Taylor sets is around feeling included in Jordan's life. Taylor wants to meet Jordan's friends, spend time with their family, and feel a part of their world. So they express this need clearly to Jordan, saying, "It's important for me to feel a part of your life. I'd love to meet your friends and family, and I hope that we can make this happen." But when Taylor brings this up, Jordan becomes defensive and tells Taylor they're moving too fast or making things too serious. Taylor realizes that while they're willing to take things slowly, being excluded from Jordan's life feels lonely and invalidating. This is a moment where Taylor starts to recognize what's a non-negotiable must-have for them. Feeling valued and included is a basic need in any serious relationship.
One of the most important parts of boundary setting is watching how your partner responds. When Taylor brings these things up to Jordan, they often deflect or downplay them, making Taylor feel guilty or too much for wanting connection. This response gives Taylor important information. A partner who isn't willing to have open conversations about boundaries may not be able to create a secure, respectful relationship. For Taylor, this is hard to accept, but they realize that how Jordan responds tells them a lot about their level of emotional availability. If you're in a similar situation, try to look at your partner's response objectively. Are they willing to meet you halfway? Are they taking your needs seriously? Or are they making you feel like your needs don't matter or are too much? These responses are powerful indicators of whether someone can honor your boundaries.
As time goes on, Taylor starts to see that Jordan isn't willing to meet them halfway. Jordan's consistent unwillingness to include Taylor in their life or respect their need for connection makes Taylor feel dismissed and undervalued. It's not an easy realization, but Taylor begins to understand that their boundaries are non-negotiable. Leaving a relationship can be painful, but Taylor finds strength as they begin to learn that a healthy relationship doesn't require them to constantly explain or defend their basic needs. Taylor takes this step with compassion for themselves, recognizing that their peace and self-respect are more important than staying in a relationship where they don't feel valued.
This process is challenging for Taylor, but it's also incredibly empowering. By setting boundaries and following through, Taylor learns that they don't have to settle for less than what they deserve. Boundaries aren't about controlling another person. They're about honoring your own needs and self-worth. And if you're in a relationship where you feel your boundaries aren't respected, remember, you have every right to walk away. It's okay to prioritize your well-being and find someone who's willing to build a relationship based on respect, care, and mutual understanding.
In our next video, we'll follow Taylor's journey as they move forward and learn to identify green flags in a relationship. This final step will help Taylor create a vision for the healthy, supportive relationship they truly deserve.
So if this journey resonates with you, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next one. Boundaries are an essential part of building the relationship you want, and we're here to guide you every step along the way. We're all in this.
Together.
What if you're already in a relationship and you're starting to really feel the anxiety-provoking effects of all those red flags you wanted to excuse away or overlook early on?
Sorry. Excuse away.
Well, there's some blooper right there.
You're not supposed to say it.